Alright, welcome to the video, guys. We're going to be looking at the T92 today, and we're going to be on Redshire. Now, I wanted to bring you guys this video mostly because we had, I think it was 3 light tanks on each team, and kind of just show you what I decide to do when other light tanks, because you can already see T100LT and HWK30 want to make the same play, right? They both want to be in this bush line to spot, and this is like your standard play for light tanks. The problem is a lot of light tank players know one bush, and if there ends up being 3 light tanks on each team, they all go to like the same area, or in my case, you'll have 2 of the light tanks go to the same area and not know where else to go or how else to play, right? The thing is, when you have multiple light tanks, you don't want to be in the same bush because you're going to be spotting the exact same thing and you're going to have the exact same angle and everything. So what I decided to do is come up to this area. It's a little more risky, but you have this little bush, and I'll just call it a bush line here with the tree. And from here, what you can usually do is spot people that are coming up like this. If you're able to get here without being spotted, you can spot people coming up like this. You can spot maybe someone in here. You can spot people that are going to try and get aggressive like the LHM did. And you have a different angle, right? Now, I don't mean to insult these 2 guys over here, but like I said, they're doing the exact same thing. You can see the T100LT tried to move a little bit so that maybe he's getting a different angle on people that are in this area, the heavies instead. But when there's multiple light tanks, I never want to do the same thing as the other light tank. Even if it means that I have a slightly worse game, I don't care. I want to, have the best chance of winning the game and do something different so that people get different views and you can spot different things, right? And it just helps the team more. Like, there's no reason to put 2 light tanks in the exact same spot unless you're at like tier 5 and you know that the other light tank has no view range and has no clue what they're doing or something like that, which is again why I use XVM. It's not to like just see how bad players are, but it helps me in understanding, like, okay, this is a red player. Likely he doesn't really know what's going on, which is no big deal, but he probably has no view range and stuff like that. So I'll join him, and this way I have way more view range than him, and I'll be able to spot things from a location that he can't spot anything, right? So, in that case, yes. But in a tier 8, 9, 10 game where pretty much everyone knows at this point, usually most people know what's going on. There's a lot of people that just buy tier 8 premiums and jump right into the game, but usually by tier 8 you know what's going on, you have decent view range. There's just no reason to put 2 light tanks in the same spot, right? So I'm going to get up here now, I'm going to get into this push, and from here you can usually spot maybe some people that are back here. The T100LT made a very aggressive pass, and he ended up spotting these guys anyway, so I'm going to assist him with this. I'm going to take some shots at the Scorpion. And unable to get the last shot in there with the wall and the hill and stuff, but I want to try and help this guy since he just sacrificed a lot of HP for the team. And again, you can see how he's trying to do something different now. He knows the Hawk is sitting in this bush trying to passive scout, so he's trying to now make, passes and do... he's progressively scouting, but he's active scouting, right? So this is what I mean, he realizes that as well, and he doesn't want to sit over there anymore because there's no reason for him to if HWK30 is there. And a lot of times what happens too, guys, is I'll have like even 90s on my team that sit out in bushes, and what I'll do is I'll just play as a TD, like if there's no other place to go and it's on one of those maps where there's only like one good area to spot, then just sit in the back, wait for him to spot something and shoot at it, load your gold rounds if you need it. And just play as a tank destroyer. You don't have to try and like one-up the enemy light tank on your team. There's no reason to do that. Just play as a tank destroyer then and get the damage. That's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm looking for shots. I'm not seeing many, but still, the principles of what I'm saying are there. You know what I mean? I'll just put it that way. But the LHM is about to get killed. It's 5-1, and at this point, like, it doesn't even really matter what we're doing because I'm pretty sure we're going to win this game anyway. So now that I see the T100LT is over here again, I'm going to make the pass and see if I can spot some people here. So I come up like this. We end up spotting the STRV. I try and get a shot into him, but can't turn the gun quick enough, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to turn. The WT Panzer hits me, so I ping him on the map. Artie's trying to fire at me, and now I take a shot for the team. So in my opinion, you can kind of, take turns doing it if you want. And now the HWK-30 sees that. He comes up, and we went from 2 light tanks going to the same spot to, he got penned by already there, to all 3 of us kind of taking a turn at actively scouting this area, and it all works out, right? Now it's 8-2. We're going to win this game, man. I'm not even sure what happened to their light tanks. I know the LHM was running through the mid. The Manicore seems like he's a pretty decent player. He's back here. He's probably at this point just trying to get shots off before the game ends. I see the Scorpion here. Someone else ends up killing him. Here comes the Manicore. I'm going to take a shot at him. It doesn't pen. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this replay, guys. We'll kind of fast forward until the end of this game. You can see the SU-130 kind of going after the Manicore there. And now we're going to push up. I get one more into the Panzer. Push up more. Try and take a shot at the Leopard. Doesn't go in. I spot the Scorpion here. Go for 1 HE shell. Why not? Not really worth it on the T92, but I did it anyway. And now we're just going to go for the Leopard. Be able to get a few more shots into this guy. And that's the game. 1247 damage, 1278 assist, and nothing more to say about this game. But I wanted to show you guys this just to kind of explain, like, what the heck am I supposed to do if there's 3 light tanks on one team, maybe even 2 light tanks on one team? Like, I don't want to do the same thing. This is what you do. You know, you try and find a different angle. You can play as a TD, but do not go to the same area they're going, guys. Like, there's just no reason to do that. Like I said, unless you are, you know, a good player at a lower tier and you know that someone else probably isn't that great of a player, they have like 75% crew and no view range, then you can go for it. But yeah, I just hate when 2 light tanks go to the same exact area. It just makes 0 sense to me. So this is how I played it. This is what I did. I, you know, took a different angle, and we ended up with, you know, a really good score here, in my opinion, for, you know, the plays that we made. So there you go. There's Redshire, and kind of how to progressively scout it in a way from that area, from the mid. And yeah, we ended up with, you know, almost 2,500 combined, pretty much. I mean, it was actually, this is actually a little more than that. And to have that score with a play that I don't normally make, I'm very happy with that. You know, we were like middle here. The HWK had a good amount of spotting. I can tell that just from his, what do you call it, experience. And the T100 LT played a phenomenal game. So all 3 of us played really well. And I think we worked well together after that initial, you know, them going to the same area. And that's pretty much it, guys. I made 50K from this. We fired 13 shots, 9 hits, 8 pens. Nothing more to see here. I'll show you just quickly these stats that I have on this vehicle. I'm only at 25 battles, but I have a 64% win rate. I'm averaging a little over 1,000 damage here, and that's not bad at all for this vehicle, in my opinion. What's wild is I actually have more damage right now. In the 5 battles I play with the T37, I have 1,092 damage and a 100% win rate. Isn't that wild? I run it with CVS, optics, low noise exhaust, optical calibration. We have the rations here. This is the crew, a lot of concealment, situational awareness, recon, etc. And here you go. That's getting me 41.93% concealment. And yeah, to talk about the accuracy on this thing, it's not great, but the aiming time is pretty good, and the DPM is actually pretty good. And also the pen on this tank is better than most tier 8 lights. And I think my view range is like 480, 490. It's something in that area, guys. Usually when you're running like full recon and situational awareness plus the optics and the optical calibration, you can get into the high 400s with that on most light tanks. Always CVS in this scouting slot, guys. Trust me. Trust me. I learned that from Steel mostly, but it's incredible what you can spot on certain maps if you get the right kind of angle to cut through a couple of bushes. And that's it, guys. So hope you enjoyed it. T92. Catch you for the next one. Bye-bye now.